Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video. So today's video is Sunday's Q&A channel update. So thanks for tuning in with me today. So I hope you guys liked the flight. I was able to actually get out yesterday and fly this guy around. I hope you liked the recording. It was off of the DVR from the goggles that I have, and believe it or not, that goggles that I was using, that's just the Fury B FR01 goggles and an Eachine DVR that I attached to it. So it's not too bad a quality. It's not HD, but it's not too bad. So yeah, so I hope you guys like the flight on that. That was pretty fun. I'm still practicing getting used to like acro and flips and stuff like that, so nothing super fancy. I'm gonna hopefully maybe I can talk to my people like GearBest and get some gates and things like that, so that way I can get out there in the park and practice a little bit more. Here is the King Kong 130 flag. So I've obviously attached the new motors, and I've got a little bit smaller props on it. So, but I was having some trouble with motor number, motor number 4 and number 2. So I'm not sure what's going on. So I've still got to do some troubleshooting to get this guy back in order again. So, but at least I've got it most of the way put together. Let's see, another update. So I did contact ProMark customer service. I do have a contact over there, but it's very rare that I get a hold of him. So anyway, I inquired about the new ProMark GPS drone. They have a new GPS drone that they just launched not too long ago. I don't even know if it's in stores yet. I don't know. It might be at Walmart. It's probably going to be selling probably at Walmart, but they are going to send me a test machine that I can do a review on for you guys. So I'm not sure when that's coming. I have to wait for him to come back into town. He was, I guess, out on business, but he did appreciate the fact that I reached out to him. So hopefully I'll get that maybe in the next couple weeks, maybe a few weeks. I have no idea when that's going to come. So, but I am going to have one hopefully soon that I can do a full review on it, and we'll do a comparison between the GPS drone and the P70, and I'll even stack up the GPS drone against the DJI. I mean, of course, DJI is going to win because it's got a stabilized gimbal and everything like that, but just want to kind of do a little comparison for you guys and see what that's all about. So this next week I do have a small, it's not a micro, but it's a mini racing drone that's going to be coming in. It's probably roughly about the same size as the King Kong flag. So that's coming in, so I will hopefully get that tested and reviewed for you guys, and then the week after that I've got some more drones coming, so hopefully I'll get those in and I can do reviews on those as well. So yeah, we've got a lot of drones coming up and things like that, and I'm going to be doing a lot more flights with my racing drone, so I'll share those flights with you guys. And I did sign up for the multi-GP racing league that's close to my town, so hopefully I can get some maybe indoor racing during the wintertime with one of the minis or even my tiny whoop that I built. So we'll see how that kind of goes. So let's get to the questions of the week. So I'm going to be looking over here and reading questions. So question number 1 came from, and I hope I say your name right, Daniel Sabrowski. So Daniel just wanted to know, basically, he's thinking about doing an upgrade and getting a much bigger drone. He wanted to know anywhere between $500 to $700. What's a good range for his next step of looking at quality? So the best I could really find for you out there in a reasonable amount, there's the unique Typhoons. I found a couple of those on like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace for sale for like $600-700. There's also the Autel. You can find those used. Just be careful when you buy used. Make sure you test them out. Make sure you definitely fly them. Don't just buy it sight unseen. Make sure you test them out like that. You can also, there's a lot of people selling their Phantom 3 standards because they're upgrading to either the DJI Professionals. I've seen a lot of the DJI Professionals, the Series 3 on sale. So those are definitely taking a lower price because they've got the Phantom 4 Professionals that are out there now. I've also seen some Inspires, but those are much more expensive. Those are in the thousands. So, but yeah, you definitely got some choices out there. If you're looking for brand new, the DJI Phantom 3 Standard, that's what I use a lot of the time. That's basically like my workhorse for my professional stuff. I do have the DJI Phantom 3 Professional as well. But really, I don't film that much in 4K unless a customer really wants it. But right now, 4K video footage isn't really that big for what my customers need. A lot of my stuff is just commercial and things like that. Like yesterday, we were out and we did a rooftop inspection for Drone Base, which was pretty cool. So that was pretty awesome. Like that a lot. So okay, yeah. So hopefully that answers your question for you. Okay, so the next question comes from Robert MacDuff. And Robert, he said he was just wondering if I know if the DJI Phantom 3 Standard 4K drone has a longer range than the DJI Phantom 3 Standard. So yes, so the DJI Phantom Standard, just by itself with no mods and no, I've got the antenna, the one that helps, parabolic antenna that helps with the signal. So I can usually get about half a mile to sometimes 3/4 of a mile with the Phantom 3 Standard. And I've got the same parabolic antenna for my Phantom 3 4K as well. And with the 4K, so the standard on that is about a mile out. So it's almost double the distance that you can get with the standard. And with the DJI Phantom 3 4K, I can get usually a little over a mile, but honestly, you want to keep it in line of sight, so I don't usually go beyond, what I can't see. So usually like half a mile at the most is where I go. Just being able to see, just in case, something does happen. So I hope that answers your question, Robert. Let's see. Next, there was actually 3 questions, but it was kind of all the same question. So these came from Sandra Rodriguez. So Sandra, thank you for the question. So she wanted to know basically how to find out what the most recent firmware is for your Phantom 3 Professional. So the way you can tell is there's 2 different places. You can go to the DJI website, and you can go and you can check, and there's a section where you can check the firmware versions, and that'll tell you the updates and see which ones are the newest ones. Also, if you go into your DJI app and you see at the top where it says ready ready for flight GPS, the green, if you click on that up at the top, there'll be a menu that comes over to the left side, and that will actually show you, it'll say latest firmware. Now, I've got the DJI app on my phone because it has network capabilities, and that will tell me if I'm on the latest network as well. So I always check my drones before I go out and fly, just to be on the safe side. So I hope that answers your question for you, Sandra. So let's see. Next question came from Nick South. So Nick, thank you for the question. So he wanted to know, are there any drones that compare to the DJI Phantom 3 and or 4 that cost a little less? Or are there any good deals on the DJI Phantom 3 or 4 that I know of? Now, I know that the DJI Phantom 3 and 4, they were doing like some summer specials. They might be doing something for the fall, because usually DJI releases new stuff usually in October and November, and I know they just released those 2 new ones, the black Phantom 4, I think it's called the Obsidian, or I forget what it was called exactly, and they also released the Mavic Pro 2, the Platinum version, or whatever it was called. So they just released those 2 not too long ago, but usually they'll release something new right around like usually Christmas time. So keep your eye out for that. I have no idea if they're going to be releasing anything new. I just don't know, but but you can go onto their website and you can go to the DJI store, and sometimes there's refurbished deals. Sometimes you can find stuff. Check out Black Friday, guys, because Black Friday is coming up here, and you guys know they got some awesome deals. Like at Walmart last year, they had the DJI Phantom 3 Standard, and I think it was only like $250 on Black Friday, which is like phenomenal because that thing is normally like $500. So of course I have mine, but I didn't get it on Black Friday. I got it after Black Friday. But yeah, there's always good deals. Check on, like I said, Facebook Marketplace. Check on Craigslist. There's always people that are selling them. Due to hard times. Some people just need to pay the bills, and so unfortunately, sometimes their loss is your gain. Now, as I was stating before on the other question, so there's some other good models out there that are less expensive. So there's the Autel. Autel makes a really, really nice drone. Stay away from the GoPro. Don't get the GoPro Karma. There's just lots of issues with the GoPro Karma. There's also 3DR. I don't know if they're selling their drones anymore. I think they're going more into the industrial side now. So I don't think they'll have anything like for the consumer versions. But there's definitely some deals out there. Like, just stop by Best Buy. I apologize, guys. I got something in my eye here. Stop by Best Buy and just check out all the different drones that they have. They've got some super good deals. So there's definitely, there are other drones out there besides DJI that are really good. But for me, I like DJI. I specifically like DJI just because I know DJI. I know they got good quality. I mean, to me, they're the best drones out there on the market. Nobody can even touch DJI's quality and what they can make. But there are a lot of good alternatives out there. Also, just recently on Drone Camps RC, Justin did a review on the new Up Air 4 Plus, 4K Plus. I think it's a new one that they launched for Up Air, and I've heard some really good things. Justin, he had a really good experience with the Up Air 4K Plus, so maybe check that out. I don't know if I'll be getting one of those to review. I would love it, but probably not. Yeah, check out the reviews on that. That's another really good drone. Okay, so let's see here. The next question is for Brian Rader. I got it right this time. And I'm in Denver, Colorado, so I'm not a Raider fan. Sorry, Brian. Anyway, so Brian's question was, he said he's going to look at the Verifly for the drone insurance I talked about last week. And he's also looking into getting his Part 107 certification like I have. So he wanted to know if he thought basically if it was, still, or let's see here. Yeah. So considering the latest court ruling against the FAA, now that you don't have to register your drones, is passing the exam still valid before the ruling? So there's two different things there, Brian. So there was the hobbyist and then there was the commercial. So the recent ruling that you're talking about is the hobbyist end of this. So you're right. As of July 5th, you no longer have to register your drone as a hobbyist, and so that got struck down in the courts. So, but the FAA, if you still want to use your drone for commercial purposes, so that might be taking wedding pictures, real estate pictures, whatever, anything like that. If you're going to use your drone, and how they define it at the FAA is if you're going to use your drone to furthermore your business. So that can be taking a picture for your buddy's business, for your business, for anything. If you're going to be using it for commercial purposes, you do have to go and get your FAA Part 107 certificate. That is absolutely nothing that you can mess around with. If you get caught flying commercially with your drone without an FAA license, there's some big stiff fines that can happen. For one, I know that if you are a commercial pilot and you're flying without your license, if you get caught and they fine you, you can be fined up to $11,000 per incident, per picture, per video. So that can be a pretty stiff fine. And then also, if somebody hires you and you don't have your certificate, they can also be fined as well, and all their assets can be frozen. So it's pretty stiff. So yes, I would definitely, and it just looks better on your resume anyway. If you're going to go and look for jobs and you're going to do, like a drone business like I have on my side, just go for the FAA certificate. It's so worth it. You can show it off, and it shows that you went there, you took the time, and you took the test. So Part 107, absolutely. If you're going to go commercial, if you're just going to be flying drones for fun, just for hobby, then don't worry about it. But if you're going to do anything with business, yes, absolutely 110%, you need to get your part 107. So hopefully that answers your question for you. Okay, Jon C. So he wanted to know, can any action camera fit on a GoPro mount like for the DJI Phantom 2 GoPro mounts or the MJX? So I kind of looked around, and it really all depends, because most of them are a little bit priced out. Sometimes they're a little bit different size. So like these ones, they're pretty much the same size, maybe just a little bit different. But yeah, you pretty much can use these on any of the GoPro mounts. What I have seen a lot of guys do, if it's a little bit smaller in the GoPro mount, you can actually just take a zip tie and put a zip tie or a cable tie right around here and keep it on the thing. I've seen that done, so that helps as well. So hope that answers your question. Let's see, Mr. Dwinnable wanted to ask another question, so thank you for the question. He wrote that Brian Rader, like the team, asked his question already. So he jumped ahead and keeping our toes, and he said basically, if it is very still damp and foggy, would love to capture that, but will moisture, no rain of course, cause damage to the motors and short things out? So yes, even in fog, yes, fog is not rain, but it does have moisture in it, and that can, I just wouldn't chance it if I were you. Just to be on the safe side. There's small amount of condensation in a fog, but if that little bit gets on your board or inside your motors or any of the electronics for that matter, it can short them out and you're out at drones. So I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that at all. Okay, and so for the last question, it just the name was just Robert. So he didn't give a last name or anything like that. But he said, will you be getting the Promark P70 GPS drone? And it's actually what it's called. It's called the Promark Shadow GPS drone is what it's called. So it's basically, it's just like the P70. It's a little different. It looks actually really cool. It's got different legs on it. It's got the GPS, obviously. It's got a different camera. They're still using a 720p camera, but you can do some adjusting and things like that. And it's going to be all black. It's going to have 2 black propellers and 2 blue propellers for orientation. So like I said, I did talk to the guys over at ProMark, and they said they would be more than happy to send one to me, so that way I could do some testing. So hopefully I will get that soon. I have no idea when, because I know they just rolled them out, so hopefully we'll get it sooner than later, because I'd like to do a review for you guys, because I know Christmas is coming up and Black Friday, and I don't know if they're going to have those on sale. And I did actually see it at Walmart. They had it on sale for $179. So $200 is not too bad for a GPS drone, but I'm not going to say go out and get it, because I have not tested it myself. I have not flown it. So until I get it in my hands, review it for you guys, fly it for you guys, thoroughly test it, I won't give it my thumbs up until I do that. You guys know me, so I try not to BS on my channel and blow smoke up your what. So that's all the questions I have for this week to answer. So thank you for all those questions, guys. I really do very much appreciate that. So this next week, I bought some different kinds of drone batteries. So I bought a couple of packs of the tattoos. These are the 1300 milliamp 75 C batteries. So I bought a couple of packs of these, and I also bought one of these from my local hobby town here, and this is a Venom drone battery. So this is also a 1300 75 milliamp battery as well. So it's the Venom brand, and they specifically sell them at my hobby shop. So I've got 3 battery packs altogether. So I think what I'm going to do for you guys, maybe this next week if I've got time, I will take these all out and we'll kind of do some testing, see if there's really any difference between the different brands and everything like that. As far as I could tell, there wasn't, but I do want to put a timer out and just see if these ones last longer, if I get more performance out of them or anything like that. And again, I'm not going to do a 4S battery for my racing drone just yet. I want to get used to the 3S, and I want to get used to the FPV and the speed and everything like that. So I don't want to jump into too much too fast, but I'm getting much better every single day that I get out and fly it and do more FPV flights. I keep getting better and better and better. Maybe one of these days you guys will see me on ESPN on the Drone Racing League. I doubt it, but you never know. So, and I'm also going to download a simulator, so those days when it's really nasty out and it's getting winter, hopefully I can get out there and fly my drone still. So, guys, thank you for all the questions. I really do appreciate that. If you have a question for me for this next week, make sure you comment down below and put either question for the week or Q&A or # Q&A, however you want to put it on there, so that way I know that you guys have a question for me. Thank you for all the support as always, guys, and in the meantime, while you're waiting for the next video, let's keep our drones up in the air and flying high. I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for hanging out with me. Have an awesome weekend. Talk to you later.